So you are interested about past life regression. Super exciting. I'm just going to give you a little bit of an idea of what that is, at least the way that I learned it. I did learn online from the Hypnotherapy Learning Hub. And they do past life regression and soul life regression. I have not finished the soul life regression part yet, but there will be a video coming on that at some point. So the way, at least that this training went, is basically that we have, assuming you believe that we all have had past lives, if you're watching this, I'm sure you do, and basically that the hypnotherapist, what they do is they can regress you back. What does that even mean? Basically, it's allowing you, the client, to access your own unconscious memories. So it's putting you into an altered state, similar to daydreaming. So you're still conscious. That's what I really liked about this. And honestly, I don't know a lot about if there's other ways of doing this. This is the only way I really know. But at least from TV and movies, I feel like this is so different than what you see on TV and movies. But maybe that's just because those are not completely true. They're probably dramatized, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, you go into, the therapist will put you into sort of an altered state where your body might feel, it'll feel really, really relaxed, really, really heavy. And your mind, you will still be able to talk. You'll be able to hear your therapist talking. You will be able to talk back to them. And basically the whole point is that they will guide you into hypnosis. It does take a little bit of time. That was one thing that I was a little surprised by. Each of these sessions, the way that they're laid out, can take between 2 and 3 hours. The time does go by very quickly, but that's something that you just need to think about and kind of plan for if this is something you want to either do for someone or receive. So you're really in this like really nice relaxed state of consciousness. And the way that this training does it is I would bring you first just into really a deep state of relaxation. After that, and this can be over Zoom too, which is pretty cool, in person, or you can also do it virtually, which is neat. And deep state of hypnosis, once you're there, then I would guide you into like a happy or neutral memory of your own childhood. Just usually that's brought up for a specific reason. So then we would either you would figure that out while you're in that memory, or we kind of like rise above it and your guides or your higher self can kind of tell you like why was that memory brought up. And then we go further back to a time when you're about 2 years old, a happy or neutral memory. And these can be like, these are unconscious memories. We really have to be careful not to try in this. So this can be tricky for some people. Not all people can be hypnotized to the point where they're like really like in it and seeing it. I think most people can. There's actual stats on it, but I'm not going to go into it in this video. I think most people can be hypnotized in a way that at least would make this beneficial, but depending how much control you try to like hang on and control, I think really sees how deep you can go with this. Also, if you're really, really logical, if you live in your logical mind like all the time, it might be a little more difficult to get you into this kind of really deep altered state. So anyway, we do the 2, like something around 2, same thing. Why was that brought up? Get some clarity around that. And then regress back to when you were in your mother's womb, talking to kind of your soul when you were in your mother's womb, which can be really neat, what can come out from that. And then from there, this is where then the actual like past life regression part happens. So then taking you to an actual past life that you had. Now, the way that I do this, I don't know if this is the same with everyone. I don't do this just like for fun. I do think exploring past lives is fun. However, the point that you would want to make a session, in my opinion, this does not have to be your opinion, is what is something that's affecting you like negatively in this lifetime right now that you think is linked to a past lifetime. So the goal would be to go to that past lifetime, and whatever one is meant to show up is going to show up. The goal would be to get to that past lifetime, figure out who you were, what lessons, what pattern, are you still repeating that pattern, and how is that affecting this current lifetime, and then do some healing around that. So letting go of whatever that is, saying, okay, I'm ready to stop this pattern or this karmic cycle, or whatever it is that you're holding on to that is probably manifesting as a physical symptom in this lifetime. That's really the whole point. The whole point is not just to have fun and have a neat experience. That is a byproduct that will happen. But it's really to have actual healing happen with your past life that affects your current life. Some people might need to have more than one session, be hypnotized more than one time to really get deep in there. Like I said, not all people are going to be able to be hypnotized as deeply as they might want to. What I do really think is neat about the way of doing this, because I also do Akashic Records work, which does go into like past lives and things like that sometimes. But what is really neat about this is it's not coming from like the therapist, it's coming from you. Like you are unlocking your own unconscious memories, which I think is really, really neat. Another thing to keep in mind if you do end up going for some kind of session like this is you might feel like you're making it up, and that's completely okay. It's probably going to feel like at first you're imagining it or you're making it up, but that is a lot of times what our unconscious memories feel like, that we're like not sure if we're making it up, but it will build on itself. And like at the end of the day, let's just pretend, what if you were making it up? Yet, what if whatever you did still benefited your present life and you had healing? Like, who cares if you made it up? No one's going to be like fact checking you. You said you were a blah, blah, blah in 1929. Like, that's not true. No one's going to be doing that. It's your own healing. It's your own journey. And I say, who cares if it was made up? I don't think it's made up. I obviously believe in this completely. However, I think it's helpful going into a session thinking like, I might feel like I'm imagining it or making it up. It might feel like that, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Yeah, and then at the end of the session, if there's time, you can also kind of disconnect from any past lives that came up. You might end up bringing up more than one. Most sessions typically will focus like really big on one past life, and then some others might come forward if you've been repeating this pattern for many lifetimes, which most of us have, and that's why it's coming forward to like stop that pattern. After that, if there's time, you can actually connect in with like your higher self, or the part of you with all the answers, and you can try to ask specific questions that maybe are kind of on your mind and you're wondering about, and then basically you just kind of then get brought back out of the hypnosis, and you will remember it too. So you might not remember every single detail, but you'll remember what you talked about. It'll be a lot to process probably once you come out and you're like, what just happened? But you are fully conscious when this is happening. It's just like a really, really daydreamed state where you're able to unlock your unconscious memories, which is super cool. Okay, I hope that was helpful. If you have more questions, leave them below. I'm happy to answer them as I practice and do some more sessions. See you in the next video.